Hey, welcome, Dash.
How's it going?
You look goofy with those glasses.
I always do movies.
Welcome to the finals. Which team do you think is going to really do well here?
Okay, so I'm very interested in Dr. Isau's team. So it's the two doctors and James and Michael, right? So, but Kwane's team, they seem to be the favorites here.
Kone's
So
team.
you'll never know. I think anything can happen. But those are my predictions for the finals.
Oh, okay.
So just to explain the format, it's currently there's 4 teams. They're playing double round elimination. So that's each team plays board 1, 2, 3, 4 to each other, and they both play one game with black, one game with white, and then obviously the cumulative score from that is what will go through to the finals. So we have a Bogo Indian here.
Okay, good.
Right?
Please share with me the link. I lost my link.
Yeah. So I'm currently watching Henry Strahl versus Snowcat.
Okay.
So I will send it to you now.
How are you sending it to me?
Over on Zoom.
On Zoom. Okay. Let me know when it's through.
In. Okay, so this is very interesting because it's a line you and I have actually discussed,
Oh, really?
which is quite pleasant. Yeah. Not exactly how it was played, but I think
you know
it's,
what might be best, Dash? If you can send me the. Oh, maybe I can find out. I'm trying to see if I can find their team. Okay, don't worry about me. I'll figure it out.
Are you sure about that?
Or should I just ask you every time I need each match?
It's okay. It's okay to ask for help. As we say. Okay, I'm sending you another link. Tell me if that helps you.
Give it to me.
Okay, nice. So we've got quite a streamlined position here. It looks like it's converted more to a Nimzo than a Bogo, but I mean,
it's fascinating that
it is what it is.
That you can't actually. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to ask you for each round as we need it. Okay, that might be just the easiest.
Oh, okay. It's not a huge issue.
I wish we could actually see. Okay, so Henry Star is playing black here. And it looks like he's given up a bishop pair.
Yeah.
I just don't like black's position.
Okay, try that link now, Salim. That should be better.
Okay. See.
The one that I just sent you.
All right.
Look, so the evaluation, it's equal, right? So, but obviously black has quite a bit of passivity in the position.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. But now, what's the ideas here? You're gonna go bishop d3, queen c2, rook e1, and then at some point d4 or d5.
Yeah, bishop d3 is necessary, just to make sure that. But putting the queen on c2 is kind of pointless. I think this is a simple position. You just go queen d2, bring the rook on f So queen to d2, you bring the rook on f to e1. You can't really put more pressure on c4 because it's no easy way of doing it without losing. Yeah, this idea makes sense.
Yeah, his knight doesn't have a square to knight e7, right? There's no real square for the knight. So what do you think an idea like knight e7, knight f5?
Yeah, you don't really want to move backwards. It's a difficult position to suggest. Like even the fact that even white can do these kind of things. Just go bishop b2, reshuffle, put his pieces in optimum squares. Maybe this bishop belongs on c2. But maybe he wants to play rook c1 first, just protecting his sort of soft spots.
That's very telling because it's Snowy, right? He's very solid in his play.
Yeah.
So you would expect him in positions like this to do in terms of preparation.
Yeah, strengthen the position as much as he can. But okay, this is a rapid position, so like, yeah, this is not really kind of the best case scenario. But black has got nothing to do. You see, the problem with black's position is there's no counterplay. And look at how Snowy is just reshuffling his pieces to the way he wants them to be. But even this kind of play, eventually you have to start pressing.
Ooh, a knight d8 was really not good because you don't have a square for the knight now.
Well, he's sort of asking white to do something about this knight on f3 because he threatens bishop f3. And there's also not...
Yeah, but it isn't real.
Yeah, but how do you... The problem is, how do you handle it?
Can't you just go d5 now?
d5, aren't you losing a pawn? Just takes it.
Oh, yeah. You are. No, you're not losing a pawn.
You are, because you want to try and recover it with the discovered check, right?
Yeah.
But then it just takes. And you're using your rook to take on...
No, but I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking also just chopping the knight on f6.
But it doesn't care about the knight.
No, but then you remove an attacker on d5.
A defender, I mean, on this square.
Yeah. Well, defender of the... So, oh! Bishop now?
No, rook e3 works. I can understand how he's approaching it. It's not... Now, so he's saying, okay, damage my structure. Oh, yeah, there's this also. Oh, everything falls apart now. Because now he can also return the favor with bishop takes f6. This might be...
Yes, this is what I had in mind before. The bishop takes f6. Obviously, it's a bit more lethal now because the queen is under the relief of the check, not the bishop anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I suggested, okay, d5 is where it needs to be, right?
But couldn't he play e5?
No, the queen was under threat.
Oh, of course, yeah. Hey, Grey Old welcome, how are you?
So would you just take here?
On f6, on e6.
Yeah, on e6.
No, why? I mean, you're strengthening his position. I'd rather do this, yeah?
Yeah, but now e5.
Then queen c2. Bishop f5.
Okay, yes.
The knight is a terrible piece here. It is no way to activate. So now queen c2. Queen c2 has the double threat of threatening here at the same
Check.
time protecting a4.
And yeah.
It's interesting. This match. Oh, but he's going.
Oh, but Snow is going
more,
for
more
kill.
aggressive. Yeah. He just wants to say hi to the king.
Why doesn't he just play King
But
H1?
I think this might be extra aggressive, but might be appropriate also considering the amount of time left. They've each got like a minute, right?
Yes.
You have a bit of stress actually worrying about this position. Yes, I think now.
Because you're asked, right?
Yeah, he goes h6. Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, now.
What's the idea? Nah, this is wrong.
Yeah, Queen C2, right? Simply just Queen C2.
f6 was wrong. I think I would have taken on h6. But Snow is extra careful.
Oh,
He doesn't want to allow e4.
now
also.
you see the thing with this is that you can, yeah, I would have went Queen C2 simply because there's an immediate threat that follows. Bishop takes f5, right? So you're grabbing a pawn with a threat and you're leaving king h6 on free. Now with the rook g7, you take the g7 square away from the king, right? So you can't really defend h6. Not that you would want to, but you know, you kind of have, okay, so this was I feel unnecessary.
Which one?
Rook g1.
Yeah, but you have to understand the way Snow plays is extra careful. So he doesn't want to allow the loss of this g file. But here I think he's just creating problems for himself. Now bishop takes f5, threatening rook g4.
Yeah, that's quite.
Ah man, he should just have taken, right? Oh no, he can't. He could, but
Oh, he can?
He could actually. He could have taken on c8 and black takes on h4 and then play queen g6 check. That would have been actually a better version.
Yes.
But he's extra careful.
But I think now this gives away all of his advantage. If anything, black might be sitting a bit better in this position after knight f7.
He's got these kind of moves.
Yeah, but they do nothing.
Ooh, yeah,
right?
this
rook
might just
c7.
be helping his opponent. Yes, I agree. Okay, this.
Okay, then you can start with some knight f7.
No, but he's going rook h5, right? Followed by queen f5.
Yeah.
And he's got control of this position. Oh, yeah, no, this works.
Oh, I think that's.
Oh, this loses the queen, right? Rook h5, the queen just drops. Sorry. Oh no, he's got.
No, it doesn't.
He has queen g6.
So queen g6.
But Snow, we can be happy about this position because now the knight is still out of commission.
The thing is, you can never move the bishop, right?
What do you mean? No, you'll be able. Remember,
So
the rook is on h5, right? So then his next obvious move is to just king g1, queen exchange queens, and then move the king. Oh, you actually he's getting.
No,
the
okay,
pawn.
so now.
He's just getting the pawn.
No, he's not. This is not good. I think he can give that pawn away.
Yeah, he should have not. So my initial idea was that
Oh.
you know when he exchanged.
Oh.
When
What is this?
No, he has to. He's got no option, right? But you see,
Is this just not better for black?
I think the knight is still a problem. But I do feel that Snowy let an opportunity slide. He had the better position, clearly better. But he kept playing passive moves, and his opponent could recover.
Okay, so now you go king. king f6.
The professor scored. Professor
Okay,
Patha.
nice. Do you want to just move over to that? I think there'll be a few more.
Yeah, let's see how he scored. I'm thinking this guy is a beginner, but it looks like he's got stuff figured out. Honda, actually, I thought Honda was stronger. The prof stole a pawn and held on to it.
No, remember he needed to make a chess.com account, right?
Yeah.
So this is his calibration rate.
Yeah, but still, look at the tactics, man. He knows what he's doing.
So now Henry let his slight plus on his side go by playing his king back. He must now move to activate the knight. Knight h8, knight g6. The knight must find its way to d4. That should be his primary concern. It can even go g6 to h4, and it's sitting very nicely.
No, but his time is a problem.
Oh, why are you doing this?
Why didn't Snowy play h4?
Wow. Draw?
No, this is not a drawn position.
Okay, knight.
Oh, looks like Yubo just scored.
Yeah, Yubo still won.
Scored against Snooker declined the draw. Yeah, I don't blame him. The knight. If black maybe can manage.
Man, it goes to h8.
Yes, that's what I was thinking, and bringing it to g6. Now we can maybe start.
And then it goes to e2, and then it goes to f5, and then you have real problems.
Yeah, but now what Snow is doing is actually it's liberating this knight now.
Okay, knight attacks the pawn.
Yeah,
knight attacks. Yes, okay. It's much better for black now, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, but
no, I think it's much better for black here. Knight sits on c5 now.
I don't think black can make much progress because the white.
Why is he thinking about? Why is he thinking about?
He makes it passive again. Yeah. He's supposed to activate that knight and make it more active. So maybe bringing it to c5 was more accurate.
Because remember the knight's gonna go. It's gonna hit on d3, and that's gonna become a huge problem in the future.
I also think that the white king, if it ever got into check, it's in trouble.
Yeah. Okay, so knight.
So there were some tricks now that Snowy was playing on.
You know what this is, right? He wants a draw. This position.
So he's not seeing anything beyond the draw. But he could get in Zugzwang
Yes, exactly.
If like bishop c2, bishop g6, and now the knight won't be able to move.
So he has to go to h8.
Now bishop g6.
He must go to.
Do you see that? Now bishop g6 and black is in Zugzwang. So now we should see it. He's got 9 seconds. Oh, he must make a move.
Oh no!
He plays h4.
Snow is also committed to taking this draw.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now bishop g6.
Okay.
Oh, you can't play bishop g6. You can't because he takes on h4.
No, but you can.
Black won. Time.
Oh.
Yep. That's what I meant.
No way.
Procrastination.
No way. Oh my gosh. Are these the sins of being a student?
So it's 2-1 now for the Kutzenberg Kings against the Kutzenberg Pawns. Definitely the Kutsenberg Kings.
Let's look at how Dr. Issa is doing.
Oh, Dr. Esau. Who's he playing? He's still in game 1. I see. Okay. Okay. He's in time travel.
This is interesting.
Is white.
Black is
winning, but
no. They're both amount of time. He must just check.
Yeah, but Black is clearly winning, right?
Yes.
Now he just needs to play Queen B8. I wonder if Queen
And
B8.
then move the king.
No, Queen B8 doesn't work also. Yeah, this is the correct idea.
In either way, right?
Now you
hit him with a check. You check on C.
Yeah, I thought
on
on
C5.
C5, yeah. But then.
And then you check on B.
This could be tricky, eh? It's not as obvious.
Actually, checking on C5 is fine as well here. Check on C5.
Dr. Eso is a blitz player. It's not easy to.
So now you check on C. No, not that one. But okay. And then now you play Queen B5.
No, but he promotes. I see what you.
Yeah.
That was a nice idea.
Yeah.
It's a nice idea. No, but he escapes. He draws. He promotes, right? Now King.
Yeah. So okay. So
King.
Ooh. No, that's fine. It's still winning. The king is close enough. So give a check. You give a check.
Yeah.
Then you give a check on B6. He moves away. Okay, now you move the king in.
Does he have a drawing idea here? What is that?
You move the king in.
Okay, yeah. Then move the king in, right?
Nonsense.
Now king moves.
Yeah.
You thought it was made the way he moved it so fast.
Okay, check. Okay.
Smart.
Okay, yeah.
So now it's so easy. He just takes and mates. This is a very important point for the kings, right? Because
Yeah.
it just ensures them that at least if they're collecting points on Dr. Esau's board,
Yeah, it just helps, right?
yep.
With situation with Snowy's we call it a mouse slip.
So now it's 2-2. It's 2-2.
It's 2-2.
Yes. Snowy lost
Oh.
and Dr. Eso lost. So we were looking at it
Oh wow.
the wrong
I thought
angle.
the doctor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, now they have to fight for these points. So it's like starting from scratch again. Not an easy match.
Effectively, they're in the same position as when the match had started, right?
Yep.
Which is funny because I didn't think it was going to be this close.
Yeah, I didn't think so too. But now, in this position, you can play e5. It's very strong.
Yeah.
But Domkwas is not even looking at that nonsense.
He's not even in that frame of mind yet.
Yeah.
You know?
E5 actually is probably even winning.
Yeah.
But now there's a tricky idea. Now you can play b4 and take on e4.
Yeah.
And Dr. Eso will see this kind of pawn grabs.
Those 1-2s?
1-2, and you're dizzy.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, I think he's trying to pick it.
You remember the old arcade games where if you were beaten with a combo, you'd get dizzy?
It's fine as well, yeah. Check on c5.
Do you remember the old arcade games?
Yes, yes, yes. Like was Killer Instinct. Oh, look at what Dr. Issa is going for over here, right? He's going for
El Cheapo.
these sneaky El Cheapos. You can tell he's a seasoned player by the quality of his right? It's a high quality El Cheapo. He hits you from across the board. Okay. Do you want to move over to Snowy's game 2? Just to see what's happening in the hood. You get a follow-up?
No, it was a share. I shared them on one of our page. So Snowcat is playing Henry Straw. Henry Straw has got a point, obviously. And Snow is trying to...
Yeah, and this is a dry position, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything
else. Exchange Frenchman, yeah. He's trying, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, now you need a crane to remove that knight.
Yeah, monster knight, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe go knight g6. But even then, it's still...
It's unpleasant because it also now kind of as a follow-up with f5.
Yeah. No, but don't you just let him take this? Don't you just go knight e2 and let him take the knight? Yeah? And
no,
take with the f4?
He's not intending to take. I think he's intending to play f6 and sort of boot the knight up. And maybe that's what was wrong with knight g7 is that if he plays knight e2, you could have played now knight e4, right? And it would be very strong. But okay, I like the
way, but c3 now, right?
I like the way Snowy is also approaching the game. It's a bit more challenging than he normally, maybe because he has to win here.
Yeah. Okay, but then queen c2 now.
Yeah.
Ooh, knight b8. Why didn't he just go knight g6? Oh no, he couldn't, eh? Yeah, but I think knight g6 was more correct. Oh!
Yeah,
is that a knight?
Oh, he wants... Oh, yes. Ooh. Can it go?
No, but the evaluation is not anything to be afraid of, right?
Listen, a piece is a piece. Oh, I know why. This is a nice move. So you're still going to return a piece, but it might be at a price.
Yes. Okay. Oh yes, because of the bishop.
The entombment of the bishop.
No, but can't you just go queen?
Look at Snowy's handling. Also, it's very good. He's creating room for the knight at the same time, using the pin. So maybe queen e3 was not the best escape square. Maybe just queen g2.
Yes, queen g2.
Yeah.
What I was thinking.
Then Snowy wouldn't be able to use this pin now. But now I'm sure even the evaluation should be jumping around now. This should favor black now.
No, it says it's like what, a -0 for black.
Yeah, but this,
which isn't something.
In practice, this should be better for black.
Okay, now it's a lot better.
Yeah. Pawn takes, yeah. It's just a piece up.
Whether it's a usable piece.
Huh?
Whether it is a usable piece or not is
no, just go bishop e7 and maybe h6.
Okay, then what happens after g5? Bishop e7, g5.
I don't have to press. If you play g5, it means your pieces are not coming in. So I can start maybe rearranging my pieces. I want to put a knight on e6 if I can.
If you are allowed to.
His definite big plus is that he's got a lot of space. Now Snowy shouldn't be pushing pawns. Maybe queen c6, queen g6.
No, but this is Henry, right? Snowy is black, right? So Snowy needs to hold back.
Yeah, you shouldn't be pushing pawns. For now, at least in front of
What do you got? Knight c6, d8, knight e6.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you can do it as quickly. But I think I've got a feeling that white wants to play something like e6 also. That is bad. You're not going to be able to. You just help him do what he wants to do anyway. So he's going to push e6 now.
So you're going to go e6 and then he's going to go queen e5, right?
Yeah.
If allowed.
Yes, actually that's very good. So after e6, you have to you're sort of forced to play queen to c7, and then something on d6. Yeah, but this is nonsense.
It's terrible, right?
Yeah, this is now you just start maybe with queen e6. He has this idea of here and back to there, but Snow is just playing general.
Now e6, right?
Yeah, he's not,
okay,
he's not paying attention to what's happening in the position.
Okay, now knight back, okay? But yeah, this loss of tempo is a bit of an issue for me, right?
Yeah. Now you can take with what? Take with the bishop? Or with the queen?
You can take with the queen, right?
But then there's some ideas here, like queen A. Okay, I don't know what this is.
Okay, so I'll just take on f1. You start by taking on f1 and I'll play rook.
What about just taking on g6? No, not Snowy.
Not for Snowy.
He's too careful now. Now this costs him games.
Yeah.
There's no need for him to allow that pawn on g6. And this guy who's playing white, Henry Starr, he is very practical.
Yes. So.
Okay, but this is a good defense also. Now he exchanges the bishops, removes one extra annoying piece of the board, and now takes on e6. But knowing Snowy, he'll probably play extra carefully, but there's also queen check. I'm not sure if it helps. It's actually very strong.
I think you throw it in for some flavor, right? I would play queen check.
But this is the safest.
Okay, yeah, but
this is what Snowy would do. But it's also a good defense because you kind of just kill everything in this position. Queen takes, and black does not have sufficient.
Yeah, now you just unpeel. Right?
Yeah.
Full piece.
Well, how does he defend this? This might be a bit problematic, yeah. Okay, I like this. Then you go knight d8. Sorry. Just go knight d8. Okay, this is a mistake. Queen takes with check, and then queen f7 also with check. If he tries to be active with the king. Otherwise, it's just stuck. Now you can go queen e4.
Check again.
Queen e4 check and queen e7.
No, you can just keep checking the king until you an exchange square.
There is no exchange square if black wants to avoid, if white wants to avoid the exchange squares. But queen e7 just stabilizes.
No, so now you go e3. Don't you go e3 check?
Yeah, this is simple. Like just you can play. If you play queen f4 check.
This king up.
Yeah. Now king g8. It shouldn't be like this.
Oh. Not like this.
Queen e6.
Now queen must block
why he's thinking it's just quite obvious. And now his time goes down.
Yeah. Oh, he drops another pawn.
Necessary. Yeah.
Why? What?
His opponent didn't take.
Why would you just not take the other pawn?
Why is it? Yeah, for me, it's the why is he taking too much time? King now can go to h7. Yeah. Now there's a lot of.
Oh, he's gonna get flagged.
Yeah, if you're not careful, you get flagged.
Oh, and now there's no squares for the queen.
Yep. At least there's no check. Now queen g6 check draws. Wins exchanges queens. And now it's easy for black. King f5.
You should have went.
And g5. Again, too careful. Instead of going for the results. g5. And you go b6.
Push. Oh. I would have even gone b5 in that position, right?
Exactly, yeah. h5. So now
E5,
play something like a5, for instance. That's a good idea. You must always try to win these pawns outright as opposed to exchanging them.
Yeah, but he messed it up when he took an a6. So.
Okay, now you can take.
Check. Oh.
Now you can play check.
I would have checked.
Yeah. Now you can take also on b2.
I would have checked to keep the structure intact, man. You know what I mean?
Okay, now the king can just catch this one. King takes. So the kings are leading with 4 points to 2.
I think they woke up after the first game, right?
Yeah. Just carry on, Dash.
Yeah. Alright, so Mike Pather taking it for right. Dr. Esau, Yubo stumping the puddles there. Pretty good showing. Okay. Dr. Esau got it.
The Kutzenberg Kings win 6-2. I mean, they were given a run for their money, at least on the first rounds. And on round 1, I think they were more serious on the second aspect of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. It looks like they've won. What happened in the other match?
I don't know. You'll have to check. I don't have the link for that anymore.
Just check quickly. So here, Gutenberg Kings win, eh?
And what about the other one?
I'm just checking now. I think this is one of the hello?
Sorry, I was
Okay, send me
was
a
out for a
WhatsApp.
second
Send
there.
me a WhatsApp on my WhatsApp.
Okay, Rubes.
Okay, good. So,
Please, let's just check what happened with the other teams.
okay, so the other team lost 7.5 to half. The Archies lost 7.5 to half.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's set up it the next one.
Okay, cool.
So we're setting up the Gutenberg Bishops against the Gutenberg Kings, eh?
Yes, that is correct.
Can you let, if you can, the players in the chat groups, if they that their matches are being set up? Yes.
I can only do it for pawns and kings.
Rox says she's watching. You know what's actually quite nice is when you are still getting stronger as a player, is watching players of about your strength, or at least close to your strength,
Yeah.
and you can follow. I remember when I was at school, I used to just after learning how to play, I would attend these league matches and sit on one board and try to guess what they would play.
Oh, so you were the top predictor.
Before the machine, the algorithm was created.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
Black won by checkmate.
Pretty cool. Have you set it up though?
Snowy had to checkmate. Henry Star with 2 queens. The aggression.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he was upset. Yeah. You flag me.
Yeah. Okay, so first challenge.
No, but look at the differential, right? Henry Starr did not resign in this position because he was confident after game 1 that Snowy was up. You know what I mean?
You know, that was one of the reasons why, there's that opponent you don't want to win. You don't want him to win a single game against you, so he might get used to that.
Follow Mike instead of Snowy, right? So you must please follow my games instead of Snowy's.
Who's this?
I'm playing better. Also, Yubo, but he's also playing opponents, right? So you know. This is also we want to see Wish, man. Come on, we're looking out for.
You want us to get attacked, do you, Bo? we can handle it.
An interesting one. It is. Once it's set up. Please let your teammates know, respectively, Yubo and Kone.
Yeah, just tell them that the matches are ready.
Setting up. They are ready, right?
Yeah.
Have you sent the instructions, Rubes?
Yeah.
Maybe just pop it in. Oh no, don't pop it in the chat. The public space. Yeah, 2 of the guys did not pitch, right? It's the same thing. Kone, they qualified with 2.5 people yesterday, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
it's
the 2 guys carried, and then Stembiso dropped out halfway through, and then he just didn't pitch today. Like,
exactly.
Mikhail Singh didn't pitch at all yesterday or today, for whatever reason. So they were playing 2 players out, which is kind of because they could have given you guys a bit more of a run, for your money. But what can you do, man?
We are definitely going to be following the final.
I blundered a winning end game and drew the first one. Yeah, Kone, but we're not surprised, right? You say that like it's a revelation. No, you just play badly. There's nothing sad about it. It's to be expected. Huh? Like, we didn't even see that game, and I knew the one that drew. As soon as I saw the score, 7.5 half, I was like, Kone dropped that half a point. Guaranteed. There were no surprises here. Okay, Ruben, can you send me the link for the map?
Yeah, let me send it to you now. So this is for the final?
Yeah, for the final.
Okay, good. Kone says I don't want to be bad one.
Oh, you're scared of Snowy? Dude, better shot at Yubo. I'm just gonna tell those professors they must fail you. If you're in their classes, they must fail you if you don't design. That's what if I was a professor, right, and we were playing this interclub tournament, and you beat me, you're getting 0 on your next test, man. I'll find an excuse there. I want to play the doctor. That would be fun. Then you see their academic record. It's done. It's over for you. Rubes, did you send it? Ruben? Renee, can you just post the link to the tournament if you can get these?
Dash, I'll post now. Give me a moment.
Okay, cool. Nice, thank you. Thank you so much. What if I just joined this tournament? Then all of a sudden, Corday sweats. So we're missing Batoli and we're missing. Oh wait.
We're missing Esau. Oh, Esau is there. I thought
Yeah.
Who are we missing?
Batoli and Snookat.
Okay.
Hey, Kone, get Batoli on, bro.
He's making food. Where do you guys live?
Oh my god.
It's
So what you say is that he beat his opponent while hungry.
yeah.
Yeah, I've done that many times.
Okay, so at least that other team is set up. So Batoli is missing on this on the side of the bishops and who's Snowy will make it. Snowy will make it.
Snow is making food.
Yeah, Snowy will make it. How many minutes before we start? 15.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
In that case, you know.
Yeah. You're playing for third place. I've set it up. Okay, Dash, carry the stream. I'm coming now.
Okay, cool.
Sing
So
or
meanwhile,
something. Sing or something.
in our in our universe, right? Unfortunately, I can't share screen, so you guys are gonna have to suggest some stuff that you want to talk about. What's been happening? Kone, how are you feeling about your chances here? You know what I'm saying? You're going up against Snowcat. What's gonna be the plan here? You know, do you have an approach? I know Hugo is just gonna say, "Oh man," but you have to consider, you know, what's gonna happen if, you know, your blunder streak continues, and then you, instead of dropping half a point, Kone, you drop a full point. Then what happens? Yo, just wish I could share screen or something here, man. Teach you guys how to play some real chess. What happens in the case of a draw? Then you'll come joint third. In which case we'll either have to pick a tie break. But I doubt it'll be a draw, Henry style, because you're playing against a team with two players, right? So if you draw that game, I'm not quite sure how we could evaluate that, because it's gonna be like everybody must lead, right, on the top boards. No, I know it is possible, but let's just say we'll handle the draw when we get there. We'll arrange another match, or we'll just go to a tie break on Buchholz or performance rating. But I think for the finals. Oh no, then we'll have a playoffs, right? We'll probably do like a blitz or bullet playoff, because considered rapid, because it's 5+5. Oh, hectic. Oh, okay. You already like, yo, we're gonna play third. Like, placing third already. Yeah, then we'll just reduce the format and make it a, and then host another match, probably. But that'll be very interesting. You make a good point, right? What if they draw? Only way I see them drawing is if, you know, Kone loses all of his games, which is a high possibility, right? Because you know how these things sometimes go. But this is actually also a 15-minute break is pretty good, because it gives you guys some time to rest. I know for students, 11 a.m. is quite early. I used to book my tucks always after 12, so I could, you know, sleep in a bit. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Are you guys writing? I know Kone had a test at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Maybe that's why some of the other players are not playing. I'm not sure. But I know Stellenbosch does this weird thing where they make you write on the weekends. I personally would not, but you know.
Are you bashing my university?
Yeah. This is the. Even though I don't belong to my university anymore, other than as an alumni, I have to carry the UCT pride wherever I go, right? So you sign it actually contractually when you agree to go to the university. They like you now have UCT pride, right? And it's a prerequisite. You cannot show your degree to anybody unless you show it with that pride. Otherwise, you are in breach of your agreement with them. So tests are starting from now until the end of April. But that's it's a bit rough for you.
would you say tests are stressful, Dash?
Yeah, because I never studied or went to lectures. So they're highly small. You know when I realized, right? Like that I had to change my ways. Okay. I went into an exam. It was MAM 2000, so it was mathematics second year. Okay. And I remember I had not gone to I was just very apathetic throughout the semester towards my studies, and I'm like, okay, I'm good at maths, so it'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But there were 4 modules throughout the year, and you had to like pass each module, and then you had to aggregate to pass overall. You know, I get sent the lands on my desk, right? And you know they give you like some reading time or whatever, right, to flip through the paper, but you can't write at that point. And there was a question, right, where the concept was devoid of me. I did not know what the concept of the question was. In my mind, it had never existed. I had never seen anything. I could not relate anything to it. It was completely foreign, right? And I was like, yo. And that question was like 30% of the paper, right? Like that one question. And I was just like, I do not know where to begin.
You couldn't even wing it.
This. Like no. So there's like a difference in, okay, you've seen a problem like this problem, or like that's related to chess. You've seen a position like the position that you're in, and you're looking for moves or ideas to solve for the problem that you're currently in, or how to continue, right?
Yeah.
So you apply principles from cases that you have seen before, right?
Yeah.
Because now imagine that, but you don't know how the pieces move anymore. You don't know where the squares are. And you don't even know what the ideas that exist in the position comprise of, right? Like it's just that's where I was currently.
So I guess it's like a scenario where you see people using a certain instrument in an exam, right? But you never even touch that instrument.
Oh, it's like, you know, like they're flipping over to the second page. You're like, what second page, you know? It's like, oh, like, I'll tell you now, it was like blank for me, because it's like, I didn't know what approach to start using, right? And I didn't even have an idea of what the answer should like. Whether it was a number, whether it was a formula, whether it was coordinates, I did not even know. I just remember sitting there and I was like, yo, okay.
So what
and
did,
then like
what, what did you change?
No. So I did the rest of the paper, and I'm like, I have to get like 100% for the rest part. Otherwise, I really screwed.
Oh, so you that question, you completely ditched it.
Yes, and then I left it for the end, right? And you know, like they announced like the time limit, like, oh, last half an hour left of the three hour period, or whatever, right? And like people are like either hacking this question or they're hacking some other question. Continue, right? I just remember I was there like this,
not even trying.
Like, I'm thinking about, okay, I'm hungry now. What am I gonna have when I get, you know? No. So obviously within the first half an hour, I was extremely stressed, right?
Yeah.
And there was out of that stress arose a realization that it was never going to come to me, no matter how hard I thought or prayed. It's like there's no Muti that exists in the world that could have ever given me knowledge at that point.
For me, an exam that was like that was, I did metal work at O level. And you know, practical exams we would be asked to make something, and this device, whatever it was, we wouldn't know what it was until it arrived. Even sometimes some of the exams, it's like even after you've made it, you didn't know, like you had never seen it before or whatever. So on submitting this item, yours looks different from another person's, and you have to submit this device. Imagine being asked to make a sextant, but you've never seen a sextant. You understand?
Yeah.
It was a concept like that. So I was in shock as I approached the invigilator to submit my work, seeing that it was different from the other guy who was submitting, right? And fortunately for me, the shock was very short-lived, because there was someone who came with only pieces of metal that they were submitting. They had not completed. So
you were like, yes.
I was like, okay, this could be worse.
Yeah, man. Like, no. For me, it could not have been worse, simply because, it's like building a system, but you don't know what the system is. I did not even know of the concept of this. The only thing that I knew that it was a linear algebra question, simply because the model I was writing was called linear algebra, right?
Yeah.
So it had to be related to a linear algebra concept. I just had not attended what that was.
But what were you doing? Because people never do nothing. What were you doing instead of doing?
I mean, do the kid want to know?
I give up.
I was doing age-appropriate things at the time.
Yeah, the important stuff.
The important stuff. I was like, I was doing the real university stuff, man.
Yeah, at least you managed to finish.
Yeah, barely. It was rough.
Yeah. Okay, so 2
You're
minutes.
complaining about white privilege because he's like Snowy has a platinum membership here.
Apparently. He says, I'm not just playing a good opponent, but also a rich one. No chance. It's like you're playing.
I mean, but also Kone has been sharing. I saw Kone donating $500 to a hashtag chess
Are you
on the one
serious?
stream, so he mustn't come. Yeah. It's Kone must be like, hey, he's probably subscribed to about 6 OnlyFans accounts, right? On the side there.
Kone, you need to come clean.
You need to tell us. It's not that you don't have money; it's that it's somewhere else.
Yesterday.
I know you're lying. You're not a loyal one, Kone. Don't lie to us. Why are you lying?
So chess hasn't been practicing, and yesterday he played a tournament. He performed terribly.
Oh.
Dinner wasn't pleasant at the Salimus yesterday.
Were they cheers?
It wasn't. We were not talking.
Yeah, man. That happened. So actually, the opposite has happened for me. I actually climbed quite a bit on Blitz and stuff, and the stuff that we had gone over within the past year.
Yeah.
It's settling in place in my mind for me. It's becoming habitual.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing a much better quality of chess now.
Yeah, no, that I can
Which
understand. It's when you
almost feels like a bake.
Learning happens when you're not really kind of worried about it, right? You notice
Yes,
the subjects
yes.
that you're good at, you really don't stress much about them anyway, or the topics and stuff like that.
Can't relate. But,
It should be fun.
and the reason I can't relate is because I'm good at everything.
I can't wait for a match with Dante.
Know that must happen.
You be,
Okay, but we live now.
Change will be falling out of your pocket.
Ching, ching, ching. You'll just hear rattling in the hall.
Yeah, thank you so much for your bits, for your donations, Kone. We really appreciate.
Yeah. We do, man. We're just playing. Maybe not, but I mean.
Okay, good. So we are live.
Okay, but again,
The games have started.
Again, it's an exchange bench, right?
Yeah. So I think let's start with Mike Pata. He's playing with Aaron?
Yeah, we haven't given him a lot of time yet.
Okay, so Mike is a professor at Stellenbosch University. Aaron is a student.
Okay, well, you know what Mike is a professor in?
I don't
Can
know.
anyone tell
I
us?
don't know actually. I think
It's just Prof. Mike.
it's Prof. Mike. Yeah. He actually he didn't know. I think that we have chess at the university until we actually did this tournament, and he
Oh wow.
opened his chess.com account this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so
But the stuff he's playing here, okay, he's mixed up a little bit, of course. But
yeah, wouldn't you have taken D pawn in that position?
no. Or maybe, I don't know. But okay, it's a bit of a different position here. Like in this case, black can play knight d5. Normally, this line should not allow black to play knight to d5 like this. But now you don't really have a choice. Now you have to take it.
Yeah, you have to take and then play f4 or something.
Yeah.
Or queen e2.
No, queen e2 might not be sufficient after queen a5 check, and the pawn falls. So you have to take and play f4.
No, the pawn doesn't fall because there's a pawn on d5. So you can't go queen.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. But I think f4 is probably the most principled anyway. Now,
It's a weakening move.
Now bishop a6 would have been a very nice move. White would not have been able to castle. But you know, people don't pay attention to these small details, but they're very important.
No man, this is like high level IQ stuff.
What they played.
Like 200.
So for instance, he plays bishop e3 again, allowing this bishop a6. Hey, Quaz, welcome.
Okay, but now queen, right?
Now queen
b2.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Oof.
Not for this guy.
Not good enough for Mike. Not good enough.
Now bishop a6 now
finally
is found by Aaron.
Given enough time, they will find the moves.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, there was always this idea that the white king can always go king f2, but no, not this one.
But now there's an attempt to castle that, right?
No, you can't castle long because a2 hangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't really go long castling.
But now he's struggling to find a way to get his king to safety, right?
Yeah. And black, with each move, black is activating his position.
Can't you just play king f2 though?
Yeah, that's the
king
idea.
f2 not.
Yeah, let's see. It would be a mistake.
Rook takes b3.
This is just a blunder. But
Rook takes is immediately winning.
But this is the problem with. Oh no, he missed it. But this is the problem with not developing your pieces completely, right? Now, instead of gaining material, he actually stands a chance to probably even lose this pawn. I wouldn't take it if I was white. Yeah, this might be a good idea.
Now I would take the knight.
With what?
With the rook.
No.
Based on principle. Or you could play bishop. You could play bishop c4.
Bishop c5, bishop d6 wins. Material.
Yes.
Nope.
Oh. Not for these guys.
Not for him. It's quite interesting how beginners find direct moves easier. Like that move was 2 moves.
Well, they consider less. That's why. The most direct move is the most intuitive, right? And then they play it without consideration. For us, we have to double take on these consideration moves.
Like what we
So I
see
think-
we see the obvious and force ourselves to see beyond that.
Yes, because how you train, right? You train yourself to say, okay, if you find a good move, look for a better one.
Yeah.
But sometimes the move that you find at first
Is
may
the-
just be the best.
Is this the correct one? Yeah. Like for instance, we wouldn't take quickly on b3. We would try to put more pressure.
I would have played queen d7, right?
Yeah.
In that position.
Okay, I wonder what's happening with the team. It's still 0-0.
But I think I like Black's position here a bit more. Black has certainly more initiative than White does. And you can always play bishop f8 to activate the bishop.
Oh, his bishop is not a bad bishop. Whereas White's bishop is a
White's
bad bishop.
bishop doesn't win. Yeah.
But White wasted his chances, so but it's not lost. It's not so easy to win. If White can play b3,
Okay, now you bishop f8.
yeah, I might start liking White's position if he can start putting pressure on this pawn. Because
Yeah.
the problem for Black's position is he doesn't have pawn levers.
Well, it's got a5.
Huh? After,
a5 is pretty strong.
after Queen a4.
No, well, not because you want to play. I want to play d6 first, then a5, right? Or even before bishop f8, I would have played a5.
Yeah, no, I agree with you maybe on that. No, but I wouldn't actually.
Because then
You can take the pawn and hold on to it and play bishop b6 and close the b file. I was thinking of queen a4. Oh, this is a mistake. I was thinking of queen a4 if a5 just take with the queen. If rook a8 then play queen to b6, forcing a queen exchange. But this just loses a pawn. The bishops have scored 1 point. Riz Fry has beaten Dr. Eso
oof.
on board.
Let's have a look at that one.
No, let's see what happens with this one. It's nice to keep a thread of a game.
It looks like I just had a quick peek at that game, and it looked like a punishing one. Reese did the things over here.
That made the pots disappear.
Okay, so now you can. Oof. Oh no! What?
Oh, this
What?
is bad. The h1 rook is hanging.
El Chipo. El Chipo. No, this is fine. You just move the rook, man.
True. But
Just move the rook to d1.
yeah.
Then he takes, and then you take, and then you take with the rook.
Yeah. You have to be very careful though.
Then you take with the pawn after.
Yeah.
You take with the rook, and then you take the pawn after. White is dedicated to losing this game. So queen a6 is very strong now. Or rook a5 is very strong.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah. What about just
Rook
pawn,
a5 is accept.
just pawn push?
No, rook a5, right?
Am I missing something?
Hmm.
Yeah, it is a difficult move to deal with. I was worried about the rook.
Because you can't go king d2 because of rook a2. Oh no, well, queen check.
Queen check. Right?
There's some rook a2 ideas in the position.
Oh, you start with rook a2, right? No, you can't. Oh,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
start with rook a2, yeah.
Yeah, you can. You can start with rook
You
a2.
can, yeah. And his time is
Just-
gone, eh? He's got 24 seconds. 20 sec. He played rook. Ooh. This is mate, right?
Over. Yeah, this is mate.
Well, I knew they were going to get beaten, but I didn't know it's going to be hard very fast like this. Yes.
Okay, well, there's only
Yeah,
two.
but Dante, I don't know if welcome Dante. I don't know if you had seen Dash's idea just before this, just before.
Of course he didn't. A2 first, Patsa.
Okay, let's go to
Come on.
Snowcade's first game. Let's see what's happening there.
No, we need to
Yubo,
follow Yubo because
Yubo.
he's playing well and we weren't looking.
Yeah, let's go to Yubo.
So now when he's down the exchange, we need to look at that.
when he's down the exchange. Ooh, this is already gone.
No, I don't think this is gone.
Okay.
I think it's pretty much holdable. I actually like its position, to be honest. Having the bishop pair in such an open position, right?
Those are nice words, but his position is bad.
Like thoughts and prayers.
If
no?
Black didn't have the bishop, I would start saying nice words.
No, but I mean, if Black didn't have the bishops, then it's clearly winning for White, right? Two bishops are much far superior with the extra pawns.
Yeah, and also considering that these rooks are not really that active.
Okay, now you must go h4.
H4, yeah.
H4 and F3. Then you just keep it solid, right? Oh.
Yeah.
But not Yubo. Not Yubo.
Yeah, Black should just prevent Black from activating that rook with rook A8. What is he doing? Oh, he wants to straighten out his pawns.
He wants to fix his pawn structure.
If
Clever boy.
if
But now what you have is
if he allows him to do that, that would be a big mistake. Yeah, that's a good idea. Run, Forrest, run. Can you go bishop? Was he not supposed to say bishop here? On A7.
Yeah. But who knows, man?
So
Okay, so
the bishops are leading 2-0.
yeah. Oh, he gave away. Oh, and start giving away a bishop.
Thank you for the follow, Sadak.
Oh,
Oh,
this
is
is so
blunder?
sneaky. Look at this.
Oh no, he was.
No, it's not. This is mate. This mate are day one.
You're cheapo. Just testing your opponent, just making sure he's
Okay,
there.
okay. Oh, King E1. Yubo thinks he can win this. I'd have just went King E1, right? And said, "What do you want to
That's
do?"
true. He's
'Cause-
exchange up, but the position is not so clear.
So the thing is, it's hard for Black to make progress if nothing is done in the position, right?
Correct, but it's
If the
also.
nature of the position is not changed.
But
Oh,
why did he do that? Okay, there was a threat of rook takes A4 actually, but he was just supposed to move his
yeah,
bishop.
but I mean, you just move the bishop.
Yeah, but time okay.
Oh no, but then you let the rook in. You let the rook in as well.
That's okay. I think I still kind of like a White's position here because it's like a fortress.
Yeah, totally.
This is a clever move though. It allows for rook A1 because if you play rook A1 before bishop B4, there's bishop D2, and by the time you
No, so yeah, you should have went bishop D3. In that should have went bishop D3.
oh, what is that?
Oh,
Yubo. I definitely think it's not a good idea to smoke your own socks before you start a game. It gives you the wrong.
Yubo's words. I was
mouse
playing
slip.
well, Peter. Is it? Yeah.
He records a mouse sleep.
Then he gets Batoli. Then all of a sudden he doesn't play well. Let's go to Snowcat's game. It's game one. It's very interesting to see.
Game 1. Okay.
Yeah.
See.
Snowcat's up a piece. This is pretty good.
He's playing.
This confirms what we were saying about Conde playing bad chess. But I mean, it's a topic for another day, right?
Yo, the bishops are three up. After that, after Cornes, was it you both sold the game now?
Yeah, you both sold the game. Yeah. If he hadn't sold that game, I think he could have held some pride. Oh! Oh, no, disaster strikes. Queen D6. Oh my god. Oh,
did he miss Queen H6? I think he's in shock for finding that move.
That was winning for White.
Oh, White is
okay. No, so now you check. No, you check and then you go to the second.
And now Queen G7. Oh, he didn't.
Oh my goodness, we're back to drawing.
No, but he wasn't winning even in that other idea.
What a roller coaster of our emotions, you know? No, he was. Up on H6, you trade off queens and White has more pawns. And you're winning.
Black has got the queen side pawn majority.
Yeah, but I mean your pawns are just gonna steamroll on the king side. And your king can make it to catch the pawns on the queen side. Because it's a pass C past A pawn.
Okay. Snow will be lucky to get away with it.
Come on. You know what I mean.
Giving away pawns.
Okay, but yes.
There's a perpetual here. Giving away pawns is not the way. Yep, giving away pawns.
Yeah, White is winning. No, now it's a draw. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
F in the chat. See, Dante, I can respect Dante a bit more these days, right? Because you can see the things.
So what are you saying? Before you didn't? Did they draw?
I mean, was there anybody that did?
I've always seen a lot of maturity in his game.
Corne's Muti is carrying over from yesterday.
Okay, let's look at this game. I think the board one. Oh, Budapest Gambits. One of the most.
Corne plays this nonsense, man. But I think it's to surprise. Okay, so knight f3.
The best way to do with the Budapest is to play bishop f4. That's what Karpov used to play all the time. Yeah.
And he used to crush them with it.
Oh yeah, it's just simple positional play. You play bishop f4, you hold on to the pawn and you win. There's a book by Bologan. I don't understand Snow's idea, but I like the fact that Snow is playing these positions. It just forces him.
Yeah, but Snow's white on this end.
I know.
Right?
I know, but I just like the fact that he is. That is trying out this position.
So now you go
Bishop G2.
Now you have to go Bishop G2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Dante is going to write a book apparently for you. I have to write a book.
My best games, then dedicated to that. I'm gonna write a book called My Worst Games, and the quality of the chess is going to be better than yours.
This is just terrible.
What do you mean?
There's knight f3 check here.
What do you mean?
Knight f3 check.
There's no.
Oh. Maybe it works too. Okay. Anyway, I guess.
No, because you have bishop block. Bishop blocks.
Yeah, it doesn't look good the way White's position is. I mean, this knight h3 idea, I've never seen it before.
So now you must go bishop b2, right?
The Kutzenberg bishops are 4.5 to half now.
Oh man.
Dr. Eso got 2 jabs in the stomach, I think. Ta-ta, ta-ta. It was a quick one. Papa. From Reese.
Reese giving the treatment.
Yeah. I think when he arrived, he was asked, are you coughing? He was like, no. Have you been in contact with anyone who's been coughing? No. Yes, to Castle, yeah.
Okay, which are we still on Snowy's game, eh?
Yeah, yes, to Castle. It's the only decent one right now.
Oh. I don't like his position, but it's evaluated as better for him.
It's just got more piece activity. If you look at this knight, can go to d5, can go to e4. You can castle. The bishop has got scope to b7. The bishop can go to b2. The queen can, venture on the d file to an extent. You can push black backwards. You can play a3. You can play f4. Yeah. It's very active. It's a very active position. I think black already missed an opportunity if there was any.
Yeah. Oh, there was a draw by repetition there from the Dr. Mike.
Okay, and the way black is playing
Quick one.
This c6, this is probably not even what's needed in this position. Here, can you start with a3? Yeah, you can start with a3 followed by f4, bishop b2, or even knight e4. Knight e4 is very strong, right? No, but then there's knight f3 check. Come on, this is the stuff that kind of sabotages Snowy's games.
Oh, Michael Patton missed a win in his position.
I think after being given a reality adjustment in the first one, he was just happy to get a draw.
No, but I mean, he was clearly winning it.
What do you think? What do you think of Bishop D2, Dante?
I would have played Bishop B2.
Daniel.
Does he have to go King H1?
Daniel is going to join us.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know why Kone played knight a3. Oh, he was afraid of knight e4. Yeah, he was afraid of knight e4.
Okay, no, but I mean now you could go knight G3 even. And then F4.
Now, F4 you can always
Correct?
take. F4 you can always take if black wants to continue with F4. I just don't see how quickly black can make his position safe.
Okay, so F4 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
F4 is like quite terrible for because he's both of his knights are forced into passivity. What? You have to put his knight on F4? No, man.
Again, that problem we're talking about, where
Mm.
instead of finding the moves which are like, striking at your opponent's position, he's looking for a nice way to place his pieces.
Snowy does not have the edge, man.
Everyone has.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
just have to practice it. You have to realize, like, okay, this is the missing
No.
missing part, right? And put it in.
He has not awoken his inner killer, man. That's his problem. He's not a bummed. You know what I'm saying, though, right? What do you have to say about the position otherwise? You have to open the position. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Dante, yeah.
Yeah, F4 and E4, yeah.
As sad as it may sound, I agree with it. No, but you have to go F4. F4 has to come first, right? Before even considering E4.
Danny is coming in.
Okay, but Kone is deep tank, yeah. He's digging deep, right?
He's
Because
got 30 seconds.
he's not used to playing
Where
rapidly.
is he digging to in 30 seconds?
I don't know, but he's trying to find. You see, the thing is, there's no El Cheapos, there's no deep forge tactics. I'm Rook G1, and then what do you want from me?
Danny, are you in?
I'm in, yes.
Knight
Can you hear me?
F4. Knight F4. Oh, hi.
Hello, how are you, Didi?
Good,
Where can I see the games? I see
I'll send you a
James.
link.
I see James Addison playing Cornet, but I can't find the actual tournament.
UD sending you the link.
Okay, thanks. On Zoom?
Yeah, it's on Zoom.
Got it, thanks.
Where did you disappear to yesterday, Daniel?
My actual battery died. I wasn't paying attention to the battery, and I forgot it was unplugged. So it slowly sort of faded out. I was also a little bit shocked that it just all of a sudden turned off.
Yeah, man.
Daniel, are you going?
Okay, so
are you joining us at practice this week?
I think I could, yeah.
That would be very
what
nice.
day is it exactly?
Tuesday and Thursday.
I think the Thursday one I could go to. Tuesday I'm writing some I think it's some computer science.
Oh, okay.
A1. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So you're in the games yet, yeah?
Yeah, I can see Cornet versus James Addison.
We've got we've got Dante here, Daniel. He might be playing you, or you might be in the same tournament also in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dante Bierkus.
Bierkus, yeah.
Yes.
Right. Now Black suddenly is better. His time though leaves a lot to be desired.
He's better than he was before, but I mean, okay, can you just go Rook C1?
With what idea? That's really...
Well, then there doesn't need to be an idea immediately because I mean, look at the time, right?
There always needs to be.
You just put the rook on the king.
You must have an idea.
Against Cornet, man, like moves suffice, right? Especially in this position. Why does he go Rook? No, Bishop F3.
I don't understand.
Bishop F3, right? Threatening to take on G7.
You really don't want to lose that bishop, also, you know.
Yeah, but he's going to take it in any case, right? See, now that's no longer on 3, right? Like it's just. In which case, he could have rerouted it to E2 had he played Bishop F3, 2 moves earlier. Okay, so now what? Knight d3.
Yeah, it seems like the only real plan for white is actually a queenside counter-attack, but it seems a lot slower than black's.
Yeah, so I think black's coming in quite a bit faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
than white is.
It's extremely slow.
So now oh. Okay.
Well, this might just solve white's issues on the king side, right? No progress for black.
Not really, because he takes and he opens up, right?
Takes what?
This is
Oh,
takes on
on
H-
G2.
H-
It's actually amazing to see.
Okay, but even
to see Kone play like this.
well, he's in time trap, so his chess gets better, right? This is what we found. His chess gets better when he's in time trouble.
He's playing pretty well here.
You see, this is what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's a phenomenon with him. The lower time he gets accurate, he starts to
So
become.
essentially, what you guys are saying is, if all he needs to do is not think, then he'll play better.
Yeah, pretty much. Right? Because thinking hurts Kone more than it helps him.
It hurts you. Can you imagine the savior? Like, what's been hitting your game? Oh, you know what? I actually think it
You've been thinking too much.
I've just been thinking too much. Oh,
The thing that's been really, really damaging my game is thinking. Yeah, he's just
Oh
he
my
suddenly
goodness.
started playing very well.
And the things are falling apart here for white.
Yep.
the Muti kicked in. That's what happened.
But you know what
This
it
is a
what it
simple-
confirms? Steinitz used to say like, if you have an advantage, you must attack. And Snowy didn't. When the position was good for him, he didn't do anything with it, and it backfired. Rook takes. There's no intermediate moves here.
So is this the final now, or is this still the semi-final?
This is the
This is the final.
Yeah.
The final.
Okay. So this is the King lose bishops.
Ooh.
This is checkmate.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no!
Yep, this is...
Yeah, there's no way to survive that long term anyway.
Oh,
Oh no!
the bishops treated the kings with no respect at all.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, eh? Kone again dropping half a point. You see the first, you weren't here for the first game, Daniel. Like it was,
Yeah.
he was up a piece, then he lost a piece that he was clearly lost.
So
And
Kon-
somehow Kone managed to draw that game, right?
Yeah.
Dante says that it.
And what's the team situation here? I mean, isn't it like, I think Omar Esau on board 2 or 3?
Yeah,
Or,
almost on
yeah,
board
so-
three.
team.
It's
Eh,
James, Michael,
mhm.
Omar, and then Michael Pather, the professor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
the Kings is Kone, Andrew, Reese, and Aaron Simon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Andrew, that's Andrew Bartoli, and then that's Rhys Fry. You know, Daniel,
Yeah, so I mean,
I was at
Yeah.
practice, and it's amazing the players we've got. So we've got you, we've got Rebecca, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got James Allison, and then we have Nico Martin. You know Nico Martin?
The name rings a bell, yeah.
Yeah, very strong young guy. And then we've got Andrew Bartoli.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we've got Rhys Fry. Then we've got Michael Van Sire. And then
Yeah.
we've got Kone.
Cornet, yeah.
And then we have we've got HPR Tesla. I think it's Donald van der Westersen. I think we've got we've got close to like 20 kids or 20 players who have been at the close at one point or the other.
That's pretty solid. I mean, it's much better than it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can imagine now, if we play our cards right, the university championships are in October. In October.
I mean, we had a pretty good shot at that.
Yeah,
I think also, especially since what I think probably was the strongest team at the time, which would have been Wits, because they had the Abra and Matt Pon. They
That's all that they had.
But they should have graduated by
I
now, I
played-
think. So
I played that year at USAS with them.
yeah.
And they didn't even place, I think. I don't know if they placed third even at the
in
USAS. 'cause
2019, what year was this?
This was 2018.
Okay.
So we were all first year, right? And then Mo was still playing for UCT. And I mean, TUT came second, I think.
Yeah, the only thing I feel we need to the only thing we need to put a bit of focus on is girls. That we need to figure out. We've got, I think, 3 girls, like at the top, like really who can put up a fight.
But we also had this problem at UCT, but it wasn't just the strength of the girls; it was also just the availability and numbers.
Yes, I know. I remember one tournament I went with CPUT where I had to teach one of the girls we had gone with who was helping. I had to teach them chess, and they actually collected something like out of in 9 or 11 points, they collected like half of the points just because they were there.
Yeah.
Oh, Dante says there's someone at Stellenbosch who's a Namibian chess player. Oh, that would be great.
That's funny because there was a girl that joined us the year that we won USAS, right? And she was actually in first year with me, and she was a friend of Shantae Caesar.
Yeah.
So Shantae literally just brought her to play. She had never played chess in her life, and we gave her a crash. She didn't know how the pieces moved. Crash course, right? And she won 2 out of 2 out of 9 games, right?
Yeah. And
the one game, we were analyzing it. She was back for 5 moves, and she took her opponent's king illegally, right? And then she did checkmate. And then her opponent, who also didn't know how to play, agreed. And then I was like, but this makes no sense. But by that point, it was already too late to overturn the result because the agreement, they both signed the notation and gave in the scores, right?
Yeah.
So you can't overturn the results from that point.
Yeah.
Then the one night she was really stressed. So she was doing a summer school, right? That's why she was available to play. And she asked me just to teach her some basic how to win, because she's like, oh, if I didn't really win, how do you win? And I showed her a rook and queen checkmate, like the pattern, like the theme. And she did it with a rook and rooks and the queen in the end. So I just told her, listen, take all of your opponent's pieces, make sure you have a rook and a queen, and do this, right? That's what you're gonna do. And then she did it with the 2 rooks, but it took her, like, I was watching the game and it took her like 20 minutes to figure it out. She's like, I have to create the fence. You know, it's like but it was hilarious, right? And I mean, they won bronze. And the boys won gold, and then the cumulative was just gold for us, right?
Oh,
but wow. I mean, we had like 2 players that had never played chess in their lives.
Yeah, no, I really want to. But I know that girls enjoy chess, like a lot. I mean, if they really get into it, they really enjoy it. But I guess it's also kind of sometimes intimidating for them to start. Because it's one of those things. You think like, because now you're older, it's actually much harder because the opponents are probably better. But it's not the case in South Africa. That, in fact, as people grow up, people stop playing chess, like especially girls, right? So you have less girls at the higher level tournaments than at the lower level tournaments. At primary, you've got lots of girls playing chess. But as they grow, they find other things which are easier to do, probably even more rewarding, right? And they start doing those. That's why you see at the closed, you see, I think they've got 6 players in each section, right? Instead of 10.
Yeah.
Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, exactly.
There is a phase where
that's how it was, right? Currently, which is very weird because during like my tenure at UCT, we had 5 who had represented South Africa, split amongst the age groups, or it was 4. It was Shantae, Hunse, Tasneem Amra, who was like SA Women's like champion, junior champion, Aska Singh, and then Chetna. Yeah, it was 5. Hunse and Shantae were the only 2 that played. And these were like top 3 in SA female players in the age groups throughout the entire junior career.
Yeah, you see? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we basically had a full squad of female SA representatives, but they just didn't play.
Yeah. Kone is asking if so it's 15 players per team. Yeah, at the university championships it's 15 players per team, 10 boys and 5 girls.
Okay.
Right?
I was also going to ask that. Yeah, I also wasn't sure how many players are sent.
Yeah, it's 10 boys, 5 girls. And you
And
can
then basically just like a matter of depth, basically.
You can also play against each other. So
Wait, oh right.
yeah.
So put them then just count the scores at the end of the day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's how we structured the
This
group
one.
stages of this team event, right? It's
Yeah.
a Swiss and it's cumulative, which I
Okay.
think is kind of nice because then you get a really strong output from all the sections, right?
Mm. But the reason behind that for users is because it doesn't really make it a team event; it makes it an individual event with like
Yes,
this.
it does.
With team accumulation scores.
I
Yeah.
think I now
But just
understand
think
why
about
they
this,
do
right?
it though. I now
If you have a
understand.
team with depth,
No, I
if
now
you have a team with depth, like
no, not just that, but
Right?
but also think about it like this, right? Imagine a team like Stellenbosch now, right? It's got players, high caliber players, and then you take a team like I'm not picking on anyone, but let's say we take a team from VAR, right? It probably
Yeah.
doesn't have as much high caliber players as Stellenbosch has. Now, if you were to say team against team in a tournament like that, what's going to happen is teams like UCT, UWC, and Stellenbosch are going to score very high against all those teams. So at the end of the day, it
Yeah.
will be very clear that those 3 teams will probably progress, or TUT, they'll progress more than the others. The others won't even have a chance. But if you do it,
But I mean,
this-
yeah,
if you do it,
the
this
current
way-
format doesn't really give much of a chance to the weaker teams either. Realistically, the game with those full much likely.
Yes.
But the thing about
Yes.
Swiss though is that you can it's easier to accumulate scores,
yes,
right?
because
For the-
you're playing
Because they
people
can
close
the
to
people
you.
in the middle.
Yes. If you lose, you go and play someone lower, and at least that gives your team a chance.
But it'll still be just a Swiss teams. I'm not sure how many teams usually go to USA, right? How many is it
It's
actually?
about 25 teams at the USAs.
It's
25 teams.
15, right? So it's 15 players, 10 guys, 5 girls, and then how many universities are invited? I don't know if UNISA even has
They
even been
invite
given
a
a
lot,
team.
but probably 20 to 25 actually attend. There's probably like
Yeah, like
30
Nelson
something.
Mandela, VUT, UCT, WITS, Stellenbosch, UWC, CPUT.
Yeah.
These are just the ones that I can name in my head. I'm not sure.
Wow.
I know that
Vow, Grahamstown.
Walter
Footy.
Sishlui also had the township in the university in the township in Mlazi. They had a team.
Oh, do you remember Fort Hare
when
also?
I played last.
Fort Hare even hosted at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So it's
MMU?
like it's a pretty big tournament, but the thing is, I feel with if you had it in a right, your power, like your strength differential is going to be massive if you have fixed teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
It won't work. It
they,
won't work at all.
like the top player of VUT or whatever, right, plays you, right, on
Yeah.
board 1 effectively. We can all expect a result that he will never ever beat you unless something goes horribly wrong in the game, right?
Yeah.
And then now he has to play Fitz on the back end. Then he has to play UCT's board 1 on the back end, right? This guy is gonna finish. He's gonna finish with like half or 1 out of 9.
And the damaged
I
ego.
get that, yeah.
And the damaged ego.
Exactly. You see, but
Hey,
in a
welcome,
Swiss,
Chopin.
you'll have an opportunity to at least score 50% against everyone else. The only problem comes in is obviously what you run into is players from teams versus their teammates, right? The issue with that then occurs is that whichever way you slice it, it's always going to be minus
1 point,
one.
yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
Yes,
it's going to
exactly.
be a net zero gain for that map.
Yeah.
So that's the only issue with it. But I think for a tournament at that scale, I think there's still fun for everyone, right?
Yes.
And I mean, what is USA's? What is USA's for everyone? I mean, how many people really go to compete that much? I know
Yeah,
we
of
were
course.
really competitive.
But also, there's another thing about the users that most people don't think about, Dash, is that it's used to select the top 6 players who go and play the University World Championships. So they still need to honor that selection process of the top 6 players.
Yes, but there's also a closed for that, right?
No, but okay. So that closed, people who go to that closed are selected from the user.
Yes.
But
I know there were some things, right, where Matt Pond and stuff didn't play the one user, but then they and what was it? Craig Bornheim. He didn't play users, but then they wrote a letter and then they got entered into the closed, right? Just because of strength rating and all of that stuff.
I think they were participating in some other international tournament. That was the excuse.
Yeah. So I think they should have criteria where they place it in a good time where everyone is able to play, be selected off that criteria, similar to how the national works, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When's the next game? With the Spain.
Oh no, we're done.
Done.
We're done. Big congratulations to.
Did I only catch the last game?
Yeah, to the Bishops, right? So in the morning, the top 4 went off against each other, and then this was the last game of the finals.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said Bishops won, right? Yeah. What was the final match result?
It was 6.5, 1.5 to the Bishops and the Kings. Yeah. So Kone's team really. That's why when you came in, Ruben was like, they disrespected them. Like it was pretty bad.
The way they won. I thought it was going to be a tough competition, but the Bishops were checked.
Okay, but I'm interested, Daniel. Okay, what's your your feelings about the current system is weird, right? And everybody in university kind of feels like that. Like Puddle Stomps as well put across that it's a weird format. Yeah. You better to have teams versus teams.
As for the uses, yeah, I do think so. I think just to actually have the team element of people sitting next to each other. Otherwise, it doesn't really feel like a team event.
Okay, and
that's my main concern.
You don't care about the fact that that it would be completely
favored, mismatched, or what?
Yeah.
It would be heavily weighted towards more the universities with more and better players. And generally,
it's like that anyway, though.
To better universities. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, of course, but it's like that anyway.
There's a clear correlation with that.
Yeah, of course, but it's like that anyway, regardless of what format we use. The best teams will still win. Just that this makes it feel less like a team of events.
So, and then how would then the universities conduct selection of the top players for the university world?
That I wasn't aware of.
Would you take them to close? Right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I wasn't aware of the use. I didn't even know that it was the use of close, to be honest. Is there a use of close?
Yes.
There is, I think.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. That obviously changes things a bit. I'm not sure how you select close.
So remember, I'm also talking because the last one that I competed in, the users I competed in was 2014.
Yeah, right? but you know why it's not happened? It's because of the strikes. The fees must fall, and then Corona pandemic. But
the way they usually would do it in such a situation, now that I'm thinking about it, so they would go by performance rating. They would just choose in the FSC team event. I mean, they just choose by performance rating, highest whatever performance ratings.
But now imagine you've got 15 boards, right? Board 1 to 15.
Yeah.
The performance are not going to be a good measure because you are playing probably the best. The guy who's playing board 15 is probably playing people who are not even rated. So he's not going to gain really. anything.
If also the thing is, some universities don't come with complete teams.
Yes.
They come
Yeah,
with
that's
a
another
not even
that
gave
issue.
minimum quota to play, which is like 6 out of 10 in the male and 3 out of the female or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it's
that's
like 60%.
another. That's another obviously like major issue. You can't get it doesn't really make sense to have a team event like a full on like team event. So I mean then it makes more sense to have it the way it currently is.
I
Teams
mean,
can't
just
get
to
the
give you an
full.
example, right? Today in the semis, right? Just before the finals, one of the teams only fielded 2 out of 4 players, and
Yeah.
they actually qualified with only 2 players playing because
Yeah.
halfway through the tournament, their third player dropped out, and he just didn't pitch today. So
Okay,
do you see the challenge here, right?
Of course, yeah.
So there was no way that they were gonna make it to the finals, right? I mean, the probability of that is what, like, you're more likely to win the lottery and then get hit by a on the same day, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like the problem. That's the chances that they had, right? So
in chess, team,
I think
in any team event, being organized counts more in comparison to the amount of skill you have in your team. Like the Western Province League is one of the best leagues in the country. And the teams which really do well in that league are teams which pitch up more than just teams which have good players. You follow?
Yeah.
Like Steinitz will pitch up with everyone.
Yeah. And
if you look at a team like Manyanani will have the best players, but they won't pitch up all the time. Stellenbosch is also like that. Stellenbosch University, not the university, but Stellenbosch, the club. It will have everyone like is on the team is really good, but they don't pitch up all the time. As a result, they won't win the league as much as, let's say, Steinitz would.
Yeah, well, Steinitz always has depth.
Yeah. So in
actually, like now looking at the last Western Province league, I'm so curious actually what happened there. I can't remember.
I don't remember actually. Because we didn't play.
Steinitz won, followed by MRL, followed by UCT, followed by ACL.
Yeah. I think we've been in the top 3 for the last couple of years. I think we've won it consecutively in twice. Like
I think it was 2015 when you won it, and then 2016 after that, or something like that.
Yeah, but it's one of those things I feel is really good for chess because it gets a lot of people to participate over the board.
The league? Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Club needs super GM administrators. Greyold, I think that you are a super GM at administration, to be honest, exactly, right? Because I've seen the work that you've done, and it's incredible. Like even when compared to what's already existing.
In fact, Kraaifontein has changed since Greyold came through, right? In terms of its participation in activities and making sure like people are there and so on. It's changed into actually a very strong club. That's really the item that needs to be tackled. I was part of the USA executive at some point, and I remember spending a lot of time trying to figure out what would be the best way to, because we lose a lot of players at university level just because they are not taken care of with care. And
I think the initiative to made by both the sporting departments and the clubs itself do not incentivize players to engage with taking up chess in university as opposed to doing other things, or rather engaging in other university activities. Like I even struggled with this for a while. I just really, enjoyed chess more than I enjoyed other things. But I think, there's not enough emphasis made or put on the prestige, because if you think about back when you were playing, Daniel, like when we were in juniors, right?
Yeah.
Nationals was kind of like the highlight of your year.
Oh yeah.
Like the highlight of your career, unless you went overseas, right?
Yeah.
To get overseas, you had to play the nationals anyway.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of emphasis, a lot of prestige put on getting to that level and training, and there was it meant a lot to you back then. But then
Yeah.
you get to university, and now your first priority is like studying,
Yeah, of
or
course, yeah.
you want to try other things.
Plus, you're not
or
allowed.
Priorities
You're not
change,
allowed
yeah?
to play nationals
priorities
anyway.
change.
You're no longer allowed to play nationals anyway, so you don't. You're not invited.
Yeah, but that's what you're allowed to play in your first year, right? If you're 19, that's your final year, and then
Yeah.
after that, it's done for you.
Yeah.
And then you have to compete
I
in
think
the adult
one of the
section.
players
But then
who really got damaged by that was, I think, Muhammad Baudin, because I just feel that after he went to university, there was no chance for him to play really as much as he used to.
yeah, I think also Aksai was rough on everybody, right?
Yeah.
When we did it. So I think that was the main thing, and your priority shift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think for him it felt like it, and I mean I've discussed this with him a couple of times. You know, like when we've hung out and things like that. It's just he felt that he just needed to maintain what he had before. There was no drive to do, at least at university. There was no drive to get better, right?
Yeah.
Because there was no time. You don't find the time for this kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I'm sure someone like him can pick up the pieces again easily.
No, I mean, definitely. He's close to like top 3 in the closed
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Oh yes, of course. He took part in the closed, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very unlucky not to actually, like, he's coming second for most of the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think it's obviously like that differential in work, right? If he had put that extra work in, he would stand a much better chance at finishing first.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously now with having a career and then trying to pursue chess at that level, it becomes actually, funny enough, you can give us insight, right? How do you feel after going to university and your chess? I mean, you won the SA closed, right, a couple of years back or last year.
Yeah, but I mean, with first year, different to the way it currently is. First year was almost like an extended holiday in comparison to what it's like now. Like, there's very little academic work actually had to be done. Whereas now things are quite different. Yeah, I spent actually a lot more time working on chess than back in 2019, which is first year. Now there's not as much time, unfortunately, but I'm still actually trying to put in some.
And what would you change?
Yeah, such a agrees, right?
What
like, okay, cool, awesome. So he also feels that after uni, I think it's just so. Obviously, by going to university, you've made the conscious choice that you're not going to pursue chess as a career, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
Or
at least
rather,
yeah.
You've closed half of that door.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm going all in on chess in terms of like trying to a full career.
But the thing is,
I think unfortunately, there isn't sort of like a great infrastructure in South Africa to support that at the moment.
Exactly. And I think like that's also it's a trickle down effect, right? Because people at the top feel there's not enough support. That puts pressure on people at the middle and at the bottom of the list. And then what you end up having is just like a very like disincentivized structure, right? And
I feel a number of people about this as well, like Watu and a whole bunch of other players as well. Like part of the issue I think in South African chess is that there isn't really anything to work towards. At least having like this 2 or 3 players who would be like, I don't know, supported by the state or sponsored or something would give most junior players something to work towards. But there's nothing like that really. Everyone sort of sees like as a junior, you see the players like the top players, they sort of like get to the somewhere near the top and then they just quit. Or a lot of them do. And it does really sort of like puts you off trying to improve yourself as a junior. I'm saying, like, as if I was still like young and trying to.
But you as you get older, right? There's more responsibilities. I think like most people are gonna move out at some point. They're gonna need to work to earn money and then support a lifestyle.
Of course, yeah.
So maybe you want to start a family.
Yeah.
Now you have to do chess.
Yes,
doing.
But what I'm saying is that it's currently what dissuades people from to pursue chess as a career in South Africa. Just seeing the fact that the top players don't really get much in terms of support. I'm talking like Watu and Caudry and yeah, there isn't much to it.
Yeah, Calvin's also
Calvin,
another prime.
Yeah, plenty of players. You haven't sport as far as I'm aware.
One puzzle I do need to figure out that I am very keen. Maybe we need to invite girls for this one. Is how we can get more girls participating in chess, especially at uni level.
So Moale did run an event and it was very successful. Where he had like a very good outcome in Durban. While he was still in Durban before he moved to Pretoria and Johannesburg, and he was telling me about it, right? And I think he would actually be a good person to speak to because he's had success doing that. It was like a Women's Day chess drive, and it was strictly only girls. But I mean, we can obviously that where you have some sort of integration. But he just somehow got it right. You know what I mean?
I'm not interested in a one-day tournament. I want something like that we can say continuously. It encourages more girls to play, right? Let's see the stats.
But I think the
stats that Greywood is posting is that
here we go. So Greywood just gave us a stat there. He said we had 30% of the 172 participants at the Chess Western Province youth events that were girls.
That was yesterday.
Right?
That was the tournament that he organized yesterday. In fact, I think that tournament was just well attended in general, right? And 30% is what? How many? About 45?
Yeah, I mean, I just got to bust out the calculator. My arithmetic isn't as good as it used to be.
30% is good.
Daniel, can you give us a...
Sorry, what is that exactly? 30% of 172.
Okay, so 30% of 172 players in the last tournament held by Greywood was it?
Probably like 50. Around 50.
Yeah. Times
51.
Yeah, 52. It was 52, right? 51.6.
That isn't bad. Yeah. That's really good. That's actually good.
Yeah, but it's like it's getting them to compete consistently.
Yeah.
Do you think also it's just the nature that the chess is competitive that go away from it the older that they get?
Yeah.
Because they feel the need not to compete at an older age.
Maybe. I don't know if
I don't know. You the ladies' man. I know. You tell us.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I also thought about it. I don't have any real solutions or suggestions, unfortunately. Yeah.
But you see, like, okay, so you being a top player, right? It's kind of disheartening to hear that because the thing is, you've obviously reached the pinnacle of what there is within chess in South Africa, and it's just kind of to say that okay, I've made it to the top, but I don't know, what could be done to make it better than what it already is.
Well,
no,
I think
but
we're goes back to that. I think the solution at the end of the day is there's money in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
If there's incentive, then people will go.
It's an easy proposal.
As simple as that, basically.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's fair enough, right? If just money utilized in the right places at initiatives, right?
Yeah.
That's the important part.
That is essentially it, I think. Now the question as to where to get the money, I've got various suggestions there. Female players.
You would find that the people are actually investing in chess, right? Or in the corporate space as well as internationally, putting drive into South Africa. You could find people if you just looked in the right places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
think as we probably market ourselves a lot better. We don't really do a very good job of that. I think like one thing to maybe pursue is something along the lines of what I don't know the full story behind it, but what Watu did with the car advert Mazda, that seemed like pretty impressive.
Was it Mazda or Kia?
I mean, sorry.
It was Mazda or Kia.
It was Mazda. It's Mazda, yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think like I don't know. You think that a lot of brands would want to be associated with sort of chess because it's especially with the Queen's Gambit thing, you sort of associate chess in many ways with like strategic thinking and
and like life skills, right? In general.
Yeah. You think like I don't know, IT companies, investment companies,
Investment
insurance
companies,
companies,
financial
they have some sort
companies.
of some sort of interest.
Yeah, I think they have, but no one, like in any particular area, you need a champion closer to the decision makers saying, "Oh, you know what? Why don't we use chess?" And I think that doesn't
Yeah,
happen a
yeah,
lot. Funny enough, we do have
We
a lot of parents in different capacities, you know, of those things. But I think because of the politics, it makes it very hard for someone to refer a company to chess. It becomes also
yeah.
damaging
Definitely.
PR wise
Yeah,
because we've got a lot of a huge political divide, which makes it very tricky for company to want to be associated with chess.
definitely. Yeah,
And yeah,
and I
that's
think that's what the problem is. You have companies that don't have confidence enough in giving us the money, even
yeah,
though they have it to give, right?
yeah,
yeah,
And obviously players and stuff at the end of the day. Because traditionally what would happen is if you wanted to get anywhere in chess in South Africa, you would probably have to fund it yourself.
yeah,
yeah. No, definitely.
Very few structures exist where you can source funding for promising players. And that poses a huge problem, especially for like very talented, underprivileged players, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe one day once I stop playing, I'll try going to chess administration and see, try my luck there.
Yeah, so
Yes.
this is what we're trying to or kind of put across as an idea. Because besides Watu doing all of this PR work and the Master Coalition and all of those things, we don't really have us to put to chess.
Listen
You
Mm,
know
to
what I mean?
listen to what
yeah,
Greywood
Like
said.
if you ask somebody who's the face of South Africa chess, who do you look to as an inspiration ahead to inspire confidence in? Nobody. You will drop a few names, but they'll never really be um, a solid answer, or there'll never really be an answer that the complete population will be satisfied with. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Whereas back in the 70s or 60s and 70s, when you dropped Fischer, like you dropped the name Fischer, everybody knew what you were talking about, right? And
yeah,
Kasparov and all of these things. But obviously that's talking on a global scale.
yeah.
But similarly, you need to have your people's champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at what Greywood said. He said proper documentation,
Yeah,
documented
yeah,
strategy and plans are critical to funding. Based on my youth strategy, we have received donations as they can see where the money is going. So, like, it implies that organizations need to be transparent. Even like when I
of
look
course. Yeah,
with ACL, um, when we've had projects that needed funding, we found funding. It's not impossible to find funding for chess. It's just you need to have a plan and a track record that once you get the help, you can use it to do what you promised you would do, right? No one wants to give to
yeah,
an organization that will misuse the money or has a history of misusing the money. I think those are just genuine, realistic obstacles to us, like securing. Because I've reached a point where I know I care a lot for chess. That you want. This is what he's talking about. This is a project that they got funded. This through I think Cryfontaine Chess Club, I assume. Um, and they got funding for this. Otherwise, like if they didn't do what they promised, you can see the kids playing, some pictures taken. This gives confidence to an investor to want to do more for chess, right?
yeah.
Yeah. If you look at it, even at university level, when we when we when we get support from the university wants to know what it's paying for.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, someone else doing magical work
I
in
mean,
Google Earth.
what,
What's his name? Sorry, Daniel, to cut you. Welcome, Mfundo. That's no chess, no life, eh? But this is essentially what you guys are talking about. there's no shortage of money. I can assure you that there's no shortage of money for these activities, but it's really important how it's being pitched or how it's being presented.
Yeah, there's a shortage of administration there, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, at the national level at the moment.
Yeah. You see, those 20 kids that Greywood posted, they were playing online for the first time. That needed someone to just propose. I don't think, it's one of those things. Imagine if you go to a place and you say, listen, I want to introduce 20 kids to chess that have not played before. Of course, the people will support, right? Because it's a positive thing and it's what you need. The company feels proud in causing something like that. And like you said, Daniel, the Queen's Gambit has made people aware of chess. So when you come, you're not introducing something that they have no idea of. They have an idea that people take part in competitions. They have an idea that it's a good escape and so on. And chess has a good reputation as a sport, that it's for smart people. So you're not selling drugs or something that's going to cause damage.
Well, well. I mean,
it is what it
we
is.
do that in this.
Yeah. And anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. And it's nice to go over these things because maybe it might just open up a door or an idea of what can we do. Because I don't like jumping into the politics of it because there's so many angles to it that sometimes you might not have looked at it. And each side might be right on some degree or the other. But when you look at South Africa is the better performing country when it comes to chess development and introducing people to chess and people playing. Yet when we look, people here in South Africa, when we look at what's happening in chess, we feel like we are going backwards. Other countries look towards us for progress, right? And we are seeing what happens, and we are thinking, oh, we are retrogressing. But one thing that I've always found amazing is that individuals and private organizations get more done than political bodies. Fairly easy.
No, I mean, all of these points are just that Greywood are making is stuff that I've discussed with him as well in a private capacity, and it's just nice to talk about because these are the issues that are recurring, but they never go away, and until we solve these fundamentals, it doesn't really make sense to obviously everybody wants to speak about bigger picture, but you also have to micromanage your expectations, right? And your problems. So I think discussions like these, maybe we should start a podcast. I don't know. It would be good. It would be a good look at us. But I think it's better to get this out there and to discuss it more than to be quiet about it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, if these gripes are not aired, frequently, nobody has an incentive to change what's happening, right? So I think when is Dash playing? I'm gonna host a sumo soon. I'm gonna take on Daniel and Dante. Okay, right? And then I'm feeling a lot stronger these days. So and work seems to be toning down. So it's like
it's all confidence, eh? It's 90%.
You didn't have a job, so you wouldn't understand. Okay, so I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, let me get my ducks. Okay, Kone can come play too, and be like an easy 3 points because he plays crap chess. But I mean, we'll definitely host some extra.
Mfundo was saying it would have been nice. Mfundo is the rep for provinces on.
Mfundo is coming in as well. It's this kind of stuff, right? It's creating a demand. For everybody wants a piece of me now. You guys need to pay to enter.
So what I'm saying is Fundo is a rep for provinces, Dash, for chess.
Huh?
Mfundo is the provincial rep for on the Chesa body. He was just saying it would have been nice actually to come on, and I do think there's room for that. The biggest worry, Mfundo, is that it's very difficult to currently work with Chesa because in people's minds they really don't know which body to work with, and you don't know the consequences of siding with which body, and it could be damaging or it could help you. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
The risk is too high because
impact,
if you step on the wrong toes, then people make an effort to actually put your initiatives down and put you out of what you're trying to do, right? Which we do not want. We don't have the time, the energy, or the maturity levels that are that low to fight those kinds of battles.
Yeah,
So
I also
that's
definitely
why.
I know for certain a streamer who invited one of the guys to come on their stream to give an opinion or a viewpoint, and that stream actually ended up breaking up because of that, because of the noise that interview generated. I mean, I really don't care about that. At the end of the day, I would really love to see us do, like, you see what that thing that Greywood posted, where that one woman, Rubusana in Guguletu, just went and found funding and put a lot of kids into a tournament which they couldn't play before. That, for me, imagine 20 people doing that or 100 people doing that. And Dante said chess in South Africa is similar to what's happening in Namibia at the same time. Also, there's quite big divides in terms of certain aspects. And I can tell you, like, around in the Southern African region, Zambia does a lot for its top players, right? Zimbabwe, being one of the poorest, I think, countries in Southern Africa, still their tournaments have got more money than South African tournaments, which is weird. The Zim Open has over $10,000 prize money every December. Zambia has got its own issues, it's got its own politics, and I do feel that Zambia's tournaments also don't pay enough. So, and what puzzles me is, if you look at South Africa, for example, if I were to give you an example of what South Africa is like, South Africa has got over 50,000 members in its chess database, right? 50,000 members, because you've got kids who are forced to participate in different tournaments at different levels, right? And you've got people who've passed through this system who exist in this tournament. So South Africa could potentially have a membership, let's say, of 20,000 people. I'm not talking everyone. It's got over 50,000 people on its database, even more by now. I'm talking maybe 5 years ago, it had over 50,000 on its database. So now, let's say it could make 20,000 of those people a membership to Chess South Africa for 100 rand, which would automatically mean that Chess South Africa would have over 2 million rands to put into prices for tournaments. Even if it said each tournament around each province has got a prize fund of 200,000, it would make it worthwhile for someone like Daniel to say, you know what, I'm going to go to Vaal because there's a tournament there and the first prize is 30,000 rand. It makes it worthwhile. Not only am I competing, but if I win, I get a good price. And this money would not need to be sponsored. The money would exist within the environment, of Chess South Africa. And that alone would make it worthwhile for most players to visit other provinces. I mean, and let alone, if a tournament happened here in Cape Town and it had a prize fund of 200,000, you would have over 1,000 participants in that tournament. Easy.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you spread the prices, and even if each entry was 200 rand, you'd have an extra 20,000 on top of the existing amount that you have, which comes back into the organization. So I don't think our problem is necessarily just monies. It's clever use of energy, the energy that we already have. And because we are not utilizing that energy cleverly, it's difficult to attract new energy into it, which is new money. And
But then I think we also open up a can of worms with saying, the heart that the management of the money is not the greatest, to say the least, right?
no, not,
And
not,
I think that's
not,
where
not,
the
not,
issue.
it's not the greatest. Sometimes you need to state things for what they are. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to.
Yeah.
It's like a personal. It's like saying, like the Alcoholic Anonymous. What is the first statement that they say? What's the?
I'm an alcoholic.
I'm an alcoholic. You acknowledge exactly
Yeah.
where you are,
Yeah.
right?
I'm not an alcoholic, just
Yeah.
for personal reference,
if the financial situation, if the situation within the organization is bad, that's the first thing, right? You acknowledge where you are. We are bad at managing the finances of the chess community. So we need help.
And we are bad at administrating
Yes, we need help.
the events
We need
themselves.
help.
But those things need improvement.
Yes, and then we say
we need the right
we
people.
need help with that, right? So let's say when we say we need help with that, some parent has got a financial organization which teaches how to manage that, comes in and says, you know what, I'll donate 20,000 on the basis that you do this course to learn to manage your finances as an organization, right? So now there's some accountability. Imagine, right? If this happened in the rugby union, they would be hearing and people would get arrested. You understand? You can't say, the problem within our organization is we can't manage funds. Okay, then fire whoever is not able to and get someone who can. It's not complicated. It's good sometimes to open the can of worms because they help the organization. Because right now, all this mess, all it does is just it holds more kids backwards. It holds more players. There are players who could really get ahead in chess, but they get held back because of these problems. I think it's important to confront them and handle them. Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys.
So much.
But I think that's enough food for thought. We've left our viewers with a lot to think about and a lot of questions that need answering. But hopefully we've raised some good points here today, as well as not to take away from the fact, once again, well done to the Kutzenbergs, aka the team with Kone in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for winning the Marty's what is this? The open day derby, right? So it's an inter derby.
I want to ask something. I would like to invite Daniel to come and maybe do something. You can pick what you want to do, and I want to invite Dante to come and do something. And of course, yes, No Chess No Life, Mfundo. Mfundo has been part of our group for a while. And really
I think you guys are because we're young as well. It's a really good dynamic that we and you guys are smart, free-thinking individuals. You can form your own opinions about stuff, and you're exceptional chess players at the end of the day, right? Which is just really for what we're trying to build here. So I think.
Yeah, no.
Please,
what I want to ask them is like do a course, a short course, an hour course, so we can actually sign up people to do the course. Daniel will arrange something for you, and then also Dante, we arrange for something for you. Just choose a topic of your liking on a day that's convenient for you. It could be a Monday evening, and actually Monday evenings, that's when we do most of our events. So we can do it like that, and then invite a lot of other kids to play. So also same goes for you, Mfundo. So that's something I'm just inviting each one of you to do.
On the stream or in person somewhere? I imagine you mean
on the stream, right? On the stream.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right now doing
sure.
The whole COVID.
I mean, when things free up a bit, we can always do a meetup in person. I'm going to be back in Cape Town in 2 weeks' time. I'm currently based there, so it's pretty convenient.
Yeah, Greywood says
yeah.
he's
I'm still
scheduled
gonna
open.
kick Dante's ass, right? It doesn't matter how I feel about you, Dante. I'm still gonna beat you. So just hopefully those feelings don't change, right?
Yeah.
No matter what I've said, no matter how much I've gassed you up, it's between us. Right?
I think a big crowd puller would be the thrashing of Dash by Dante. Might be nice. That's what we'll call this trip.
Waiting ground. Right?
Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
All right. Thanks, Ruben.
Sure, no, it's a pleasure.
Okay,
Thanks,
awesome, man. Thanks for coming.
Dante.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun. I'll see you around.
Thanks, Greywood. You're amazing.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.